Miss William is done, not just angry. According to reports, the calm, collected heir to the British throne has drawn a line in the sand. Harry and Meghan are standing directly on the other side of it. If the insider's claims are accurate, a biography that many in the royal circle perceive as a betrayal follows years of family conflict and public interviews. And Prince William is already getting ready for what some are referring to as a nuclear response, after a recent trip to the UK that reopened old scars. You'll see why Prince Harry is reportedly preparing for impact once you hear what that implies. First, let's discuss what is purportedly on the table. It is anticipated that William will permanently deprive Harry and Meghan of their royal titles upon his accession to the throne. A complete exile from the monarchy's formal framework, not merely a slap on the wrist or exclusion from court functions. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are no more. Not anymore. His Royal Highness is no longer there and has been removed from the official royal roster. Radar Online reports that William has already decided what he wants to do. There is no last-minute family embrace, no reunion, and no hope for reconciliation on the other side of this conflict. He believes that the harm has been done. It's also individualized. There is more to this than Harry leaving the royal family. It concerns his actions and words following his departure. According to one insider, William hasn't forgotten the suffering Catherine, the Princess of Wales, went through as a result of the emotional toll and public scrutiny that followed Harry and Meghan's remarks. William apparently felt caught off guard, particularly after Spare came out, in which Harry described intimate family interactions and portrayed his older brother as ruthless and harsh. Additionally, the recent vacation to the UK didn't help. Indeed, it could have exacerbated the situation even more. Although Harry's visit to see King Charles was widely praised by the media, royal analysts weren't buying the sentimental headlines. Some even implied that the whole event was manufactured. Photographs of Harry arriving and leaving the palace like clockwork are conveniently captured by paparazzi. Coincidence? Perhaps. However, Prince William wasn't present. He didn't even extend a greeting. Not even. Longtime royal watchers claimed that William purposefully ignored him. He had the option to see his brother, if he so desired, but he chose not to. That's telling. Additionally, it's no secret that William has been taking on a more commanding position in the background. William's power over family concerns is increasing as King Charles struggles with his health. According to one account, he is now the family's new disciplinarian, a position that Prince Philip formerly held. His word is beginning to have greater weight, if that is the case. And that implies that the repercussions he has in mind for Harry and Meghan may already be happening. But punishment isn't the only thing at stake. It has to do with preservation. According to reports, Prince William feels that Harry and Meghan's behavior has harmed the monarchy's reputation, both domestically and internationally. The family was portrayed in their interviews as being aloof and even prejudiced. Royal analysts think William is committed to preserving the reputation of the crown, even though he and Catherine were left to endure the PR storm in silence. And he is prepared to cut off his own brother and sister-in-law, make a point, particularly if he thinks they are still vying for media attention at the expense of the monarchy. Therefore, nuclear may not be an overstatement. It could be the ideal word because Prince William will be receiving more than simply a title when he ascends to the throne. The mess that accompanied it will be passed down to him, and based on what we've been told, he intends to clean the house. Initially, Harry and Meghan, there have always been misunderstandings about William's quiet. While Harry speaks without restraint, William does not. However, there is a plan hidden behind that quiet. Insiders now claim that he has finished waiting. He was characterized as cold steel determined, focused, and neither furious nor emotional. According to one source, and Harry and Meghan are the direct targets of that attention. He has reportedly already spoken with King Charles on what will happen after he ascends to the throne. Furthermore, it is obvious that under his leadership, the Sussexes will not have access to any royal safety net. The plan is twofold. According to insiders, let's start with the titles. A powerful message to the audience. In any formal sense, they are no longer royal. The second move, however, is even more brutal. There are rumors that William might try to remove their Sussex dukedom completely, not just the HR look. That would be a formal and public move that would signal to the world that they are no longer bound by the monarchy. It would be obvious that they are always outsiders. Furthermore, is not merely a far-fetched hypothetical. Several reports claim that the preparations are already in progress. Legal precedent exists. Advisors are already investigating the necessary procedures to make that happen. It would be more than merely symbolic. It would be formally recognized. Royal titles aren't just given out like nicknames in the UK. They are official state-sanctioned accolades, and their removal is a political action rather than merely a family choice. According to reports, Prince William is fully aware of that. What led to this firm stance? Many people think the memoir was the decisive factor. Spare was more than just a private novel. The royal family's internal code of silence was directly violated. Harry discussed more than simply familial conflicts. He revealed extremely personal details, portrayed his brother as violent, and implied a callousness that verged on cruelty. According to accounts, it was the ultimate betrayal for William, the type of betrayal that never gets better. Harry asserts that his conscience is obvious, but the palace and the general public may not share this view. Do you recall the notorious Oprah interview? The one where Harry and Meghan implied that a senior royal had inquired about the hue of their son's skin, with headlines accusing the royals of racism. That remark alone set off a firestorm in the UK and overseas. Here's what matters, though. Harry never made any real-time corrections to the story. The pair permitted those headlines to get out of hand. Harry didn't attempt to downplay the charge until much later in his book tour, when he referred to it as unconscious bias. The harm had already been done by that point. According to royal observers, William was particularly affected by that occurrence. He was left to openly defend the monarchy by refuting the accusations in a rare press statement. He claimed to have felt caught off guard and thrust into the spotlight to tidy up a problem he did not cause. And as time has gone on, that frustration has only increased. To make matters worse, Harry's recent visit back to the UK seems to emphasize the performance-related element that William finds objectionable. By cameras, security, and the entire press. Harry's quick trip to see King Charles didn't seem so much like a private family reunion as it did like a picture opportunity, and people think it was precisely that staged and purposefully made public, a gesture intended to imply reconciliation in the absence of such. According to insiders, William saw right through it. He was adamant about not meeting his brother. He made no attempt at all, and sources close to the palace made it apparent when asked why. William is not interested in optics or phony reunions. He thinks that strategically placed headlines and cameras cannot restore trust. You have to earn it. Furthermore, he believes that Harry hasn't really made an effort. Prince William's resolve has never been stronger, according to royal sources. He is not motivated by anger or retaliation. It is a simple and unadulterated duty. He believes that the monarchy is greater than any one individual, particularly one who left to throw grenades from the outside. This is why it is no longer personal. It has structure. William is presenting himself as the institution's defender as well as its future monarch, and he believes that the latter cannot afford another period of anarchy brought on by renegade royals who take advantage of the spotlight. For William, Harry's departure is not the main problem. It's how he departed and how, depending on the situation, he has persisted in portraying himself as both an insider and an outsider. He demands seclusion one moment, but goes on to publish memoirs and make documentaries the next. That dualism seems dishonest to William. He thinks Harry wants all the benefits of being a royal without having to shoulder any of the responsibilities. Furthermore, it's not only a family issue, that one is constitutional. Behind the palace walls, according to people close to William, there is a new degree of decisiveness. According to reports, he has already started to reshape the royal inner circle by encircling himself with dependable assistants who are aware that swords aren't used in today's warfare. Through narrative management, public image, and headlines. Without a doubt, William is battling to regain that authority. Harry and Meghan have controlled the media cycles for years. William said nothing. He is now getting ready to let deeds speak louder than words. According to sources, a complete reevaluation of who is considered a senior royal is the next step. Within the company, there has already been a subtle reorganization of responsibilities. The distribution of public obligations has changed. More and more attention is being paid to William, Catherine, and their kids. The next era's graphic rollout is this: a simplified, future-focused monarchy. Harry and Meghan are also nowhere to be seen. What's remarkable is that William's strategy appears to reflect his grandpa Prince Philip's traditional outlook, unyielding and motivated by duty rather than feelings. He was even referred to as Philip by a source. The crown's long-term future. Therefore, the prospect of removing titles and dukedoms is more than merely a kind of discipline. The goal is to regain authority over the monarchy's reputation and heritage. In the UK, public sentiment also seems to be changing. Initial compassion for Harry and Meghan has diminished. Many people who once supported them have become disenchanted with them as a result of their frequent media appearances, inconsistent narratives, and alleged attacks on the organization. Many now consider William, who has always been perceived as more measured and quiet, to be the stable one, the one who stayed, persevered, and bore the burden of the crown with honor. Now, the true inquiry is how far William will go. Is this the beginning of a more extensive royal reset, or will he only remove titles? Some people think the ultimate objective is to completely change how the public views the monarchy. Young, sleek, tradition-based, and free of scandals. Additionally, ex-royals who stoke drama from a distance have no place in that vision. One thing is for sure, the royal family is on the verge of making a decision, one where leadership, legacy, and allegiance will clash. When all is said and done, Prince William wants more than to be remembered as the heir apparent. He desires to be known as the person who saved it. Additionally, he has already made peace with his own brother, if doing so is necessary to save the monarchy's survival.